Yeah. Come on. Let's talk it out. Say what you wanna say. Let's talk. Let's talk. Whatever you've been through.
Welcome to the Let's Talk Show with DM Entertainment. Every week we discuss heartfelt topics that matters. Opinions are respected. Awareness meets action. We're not just discussing, we're connecting, educating, and celebrating here in the Clovis and Fresno areas. We'd like to thank you for tuning in today. It is Thursday, September the 12th. We are filming at the beautiful CMAX Studios here in the Central Valley. I am your host, Lashonda Lee, and let me introduce my co-host for today.
First.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Shavelle Garcia. I'm the CEO and founder of A Plus Financial Solutions, or a financial consultant, and the founder and CEO of Arise Women's Foundation. So we help women and children of domestic violence, and I'm glad to be here today.
All right.
Hi, I'm Kendra, a licensed vocational nurse. I absolutely love everything that I do for my living and for my job. I love taking care of the fortunate and the less fortunate. I am a proud Democrat, and I'm glad to be here for the Sizzle.
Really?
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm
Are
ready.
you ready for some Sizzle?
Ready.
Come on. All right. Now, our first sizzle of the day is it's the debate, y'all. It's the debate. Let's check out what happened at the debate the other night.
Presidential candidates Kamala Harris and Donald Trump meeting on the debate stage for the first time.
Kamala Harris. What's up? Good debate.
Have fun.
Thank you.
The vice president walking to the former president's podium to shake his hand in Philadelphia. The two standing just 6 feet apart. From the start, the gloves were off.
Tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies, grievances, and name-calling.
Trump punching back.
She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well.
The stakes could not be higher for tonight's debate. The two candidates locked in a dead heat in polls. The economy and inflation on the top of American voters' minds. Trump laying the blame on the Harris and Biden administration.
We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history. We were at 21%.
Harris responding.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst public health epidemic in a century.
Like the Trump-Biden debate, tonight there was no studio audience and the microphones were turned off.
And remember this, she is Biden. You know, she's trying to get away from Biden. I don't know the gentleman, she says. She is Biden. The worst inflation we've ever had, a horrible economy because inflation has made it so bad, and she can't get away with that.
Harris responding.
Clearly, I am not Joe Biden, and I am certainly not Donald Trump. And what I do offer is a new generation of leadership for our country.
The debate turning personal.
Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people. So let's be clear about that. And clearly he is having a very difficult time processing that.
Trump claiming Biden was pushed off the Democratic ticket.
You talk about a threat to democracy. He got 14 million votes and they threw him out of office. And you know what? I'll give you a little secret. He hates her. He can't stand her.
Both candidates getting heated when discussing the issue of abortion, an area of vulnerability for the GOP.
Her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born, is okay. And that's not okay with me. Hence the vote.
ABC News fact-checking the former president.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
Harris, after reminding Americans of Trump's role in selecting members of the Supreme Court who overturned Roe v. Wade, went on the attack.
I absolutely support reinstating the protections of Roe v. Wade. And as you rightly mentioned, nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and in asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America.
According to a Pew Research Center study, a majority of Americans believe abortion should be legal in all or most cases.
I enjoyed the debate because I follow politics. You know, I have to. You know, it's a social thing that has to do with how we act in society based off of what we see. And one of the biggest things that I saw was that Trump was not prepared for this debate. Not being prepared for something that you already know is coming up, that tells me you're not going to be prepared for things that happen in the White House when we have emergencies coming up. You're going to be too busy golfing. You're going to be at Mar-a-Lago somewhere when we have a war coming up. Well, I'll deal with that next week. Now, you remember when we was in high school and college, there's a lot of guys that would just, they would party up until the night of the final, you know, and then go in there and try to wing it. And they end up with an F. And they like, but I knew this stuff. No, you didn't know that stuff. You know, you absolutely didn't know it. So it was important, you know, for us to see the nuances right now that's being displayed, that he is not preparing for things that he has information to be prepared for. And so if he's not going to do that for a debate, then he's damn sure not going to do it for us.
That's right. And it's a big, big responsibility.
Right.
Thank you, Darnell.
Yes, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching her. She reeled him in and spanked that butt. And she put him back out there because, see, Trump does a lot of trash talking. And don't nobody see anything wrong when he do trash talking. But when she gave him his dose of medicine, he did not like it. And she made him swallow it. So I enjoyed watching her, and I enjoyed how she was looking at him like, really? Her facial expressions, I loved it. Because he made facial expressions in the past. And he made some the night of the debate. And he make some facial expression I think is just, he just ugly like that, you know? But I enjoyed her. And I wouldn't just tell her to change anything. Only thing she needs to do is stay strong. Keep your head up. Do not bite your tongue. Tell him what you need to tell him. My mother used to say, I don't care how tall or wide you are. If you're that wide, stand on the side of him, tell him what you got to tell him.
That is good.
I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't actually watch it. But from these clips here, honey, I could imagine what happened. Donald Trump being Donald Trump. It's funny. I don't care. You're funny. And it's just like you said, he wasn't prepared for it. You could tell he wasn't prepared. She did a very, very great job of being prepared. And like you said, basically America is ready for change. Some of those things, however, the highest inflation rates, we've already had that. We've already had the Great Depression. We've already just come out of a recession. We're in this economy due to a pandemic. That's what people are not understanding. This economy, this unemployment, all of these different things were inherited. And there was no changing it. You just had to deal with it and try to work with it. It wasn't getting rid of COVID. You had to find a solution for COVID. Then I'm going to go ahead and do this. And after I create this unemployment, because who going to go to work? If I'm making $1,600, $2,400 unemployment, who going to go to work when you're giving me almost $3,000 for free? So how could you not have a high unemployment rate? But that's just my own opinion from the clips here. but I didn't actually watch it. But I think she did a great job from what I just saw, as far as being poised and controlling herself, because he's used to running over Biden.
Yeah,
How he would fluster him so bad, but he couldn't fluster her. So I thought that was good.
My thing is, like I was saying in the beginning, I did enjoy it. He was not prepared for it, whatever. But what I do hear, that's why sometimes I like to go last, because I like to kind of get the feel, because I'll, after a while, get like, okay, I should have said this, I should have said that. We all take government and economics in junior high school, okay? Government and high school. Government economics means when the United States is in a crisis, we have to step up and take care of the crisis. When we do take care of a $3 trillion pandemic that a president knew about before this and expect no kind of inflation or no kind of gas price increase, that is unrealistic. You have to pay for that. It's either do that, pay for it, or let the American people just feather or flourish and say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That is what the Republican Party does. And that's what people don't understand. Inflation happened when, inflation happened during Biden's thing, but he had to clean it up. He had to clean it up. There is no way the government will bail out the banks. They will bail out them whenever the time is crisis for them. They'll bail out catastrophes and hurricanes everywhere. You don't tell them to just, sink or swim. That's on you. No, you build up, you help out the American people like you're supposed to, like the U.S. does. And that is why everything is high now. And it is going down. It is going down. So I don't see the frustration or the confusion about it. I really don't.
What I appreciated about the debate was, if you're a non-party, if you are independent, or if you're someone who's maybe a Republican coming over to the Democrat, or vice versa, I like hearts. I like empathy. I like people who care about people. I don't care if it was her, him, black, white, Asian, Mexican, I don't care what color they are. If they don't care about our families and what's going to happen to our families, I don't care what they did for the economic or signed a stimulus check. I want somebody to have compassion for the people. Because if you don't have compassion for the people, I don't care what party you're in, you don't need to be in a party, especially if you don't have any type of nothing but tax cuts. If Kamala was talking about nothing but tax cuts, I'll say the same about her. We got people out here hungry. We got people out here that's wondering where their next meal, where their next check coming in. They don't know what to do. And a lot of people who have money, they don't understand how to go to the store and, like they said, eggs is $3. When it used to be 99 cents, maybe 150 at the most. How do they know about that if they always been in money? So I just want somebody, a leadership, somebody who cares about the people, who cares about us, who will fight for us. Not somebody who want to cause division, constant division. I mean, every time you turn around, if it was her, I'm going to tell her, I'm tired too. I'm tired of all the backbiting. I'm tired of it. But you know what? Somebody has to be the grown up and say, you know what? We're tired of the fighting. Let's get to these issues that need to be fixed. And I appreciated that from her.
Yeah.
One thing in the debate that from what I seen, it was a lot of going back and forth. Like, she was saying stuff to Trump, and then he was defending himself. And I kind of didn't even get, like, okay, what are you going to do? Like, if you get in office, what are you going to do? You know, I just felt like it was a lot of, like, going back and forth. And it's just like, okay, like, the American people want answers, you know? Like, I'm an independent party. I don't even know. Who am I going to vote for at this point? And there's, quite a bit of us at this, you know what I mean? We just need an answer. We need, what are you going to do once you get in that position? So I just seen a lot of back and forth.
As far as what we're going to do, I think you were able to see, we already saw Trump in office. We saw what that administration looks like. We also saw Biden and Kamala in office. But her duty as a vice president is she don't really do anything, right? She just sits in the back. So I think, for me, if you're looking for a difference, you already saw, you had a preview of what this candidate would look like. And my thing is, you've seen what America as a whole looked like under this administration. So I think, like, as far as independence, because I'm the same. I don't like politics. I hate when it come around. I don't like when it fall on my birthday. None of that. I don't like it because it just brings out the ugliness in all of this. But at the end of the day, because my grandmother was involved in the fight for us as a people,
Say it again.
to be able to vote, I place my vote.
There you go.
But it is a trying time to really figure out how to vote, what these issues are, and this person and that and all of that is just, it's a lot. So I can empathize with you on that. However, I could just say you already saw what this looks like. So that's just my advice.
And it's sad. It's really sad because we're in chaos. Everybody is against everybody now. And it's always somebody else's fault. And that's another reason why she probably feel the way that she do. It's always inroad. It's always fighting. We got to stop. And we got to think about what's best for everybody. You know, I don't like the when they talk about the Haitians. They're eating dogs and cats because it's Haitians that's over there. Can you imagine what their families are going through? Just making up lies for politics. Kendra?
Okay, so that part is what I'm talking about also. Independents need to have, because you guys should be the main people that have the open mind. The open mind of what to look at and what you see, listen to it. Because it's nothing confusing about what they're saying. You could be able to realize when somebody trying to manipulate you, hopefully, into voting for them and just filling out anything. Oh, they're over here eating people. They're over here just to throw you off of where you need to be and what this needs to be ran on. We can change policies. We can change anything. But if you got somebody in office that's trying to change the Constitution, then I don't see the confusion again. I don't see the confusion. I don't. Okay. Who's supposed to do that? The dictator? The dictator? Right. Okay. Like I said, let's pay attention. That can also be a policy worth talking about. But if you got somebody in office that just want to just say, yeah, we don't think about that. This is my policy. This is where we're going. I don't see the confusion again.
We'll be in a lot of trouble. But we had this was a great issue, our topic we're talking about, but we're going to have to move on. And hopefully you ladies get the, like she said, don't listen to all the lies, listen to the eyes.
Listen to the demand.
You know, that's what Obama
It's not a
said.
joke. It's not a
He said,
joke.
don't listen to the lies, because there's plenty of lies. I don't want nobody over me that's lying like that. I don't care if it's her, if it's Biden.
Man.
I don't care who it is, because I ain't going to trust you. You know, at least can you tell American people the truth? So we start by doing that. But our second topic we're going to get to right after we come right back.
Man.
Hi, just a friendly reminder that the midterm elections are on Tuesday, November 6th, and you should vote. Why? Because you're a grown-up, and that's how democracy works. Because the people in power don't want you to vote, because that's how they stay in power. Here's how it works. Maybe you've never voted before, and you think it'll be hard like taxes, or you think it won't make a difference.
I voted.
Or you think midterms are boring, or you think I'm boring. First off, rude. Second off, your vote makes a huge difference. And I know you hear that all the time, but a lot of these elections are decided by a handful of votes. The good news is, voting is easy. This is very bad coffee. Step 1, get registered online at vote.org. Even if you think you're registered, do me a favor and double check, because sometimes people pull a funny prank called voter suppression. Demi Djuibe, D-E...
Yeah, I got you, voter.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Step 2, find your polling place. Might even be a weird room kind of like this one. Oh, and if you can't get to the polls, mail your ballot in. Can't find a stamp? Yes, you can. Personally, I like going to the polls on the big day. Feels like democracy. Why do I keep drinking this? Step 3, vote. It's not a test. It's okay to look at your phone or bring a cheat sheet or just leave stuff blank. Just vote for whoever you think is the right choice. After all, it's a free country. For now. So just vote. Vote because you can. Vote because old rich people have all the power, but your vote counts just as much as theirs does. Vote because it's your chance to make yourself matter in a world that doesn't want you to matter. Vote because the more people vote, the better democracy works. It's that easy.
All right, welcome back, welcome back. Our second Sizzle topic is Tyreek Hill. You know is he a wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins? Well, he was pulled over in Florida, and the police pulled him out the car. Let's check this out.
It's the just-released police body cam footage from the traffic stop involving Miami Dolphins superstar Tyreek Hill.
Don't knock on my window like that, man.
Things go wrong from the first moments of the encounter.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Don't knock on my window. Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Knock on my window like that, man.
As one cop walks away, you can hear him tell his colleague it's Tyreek Hill.
It's Tyreek.
Hill is ordered out of the car, or they say they'll break the window.
Give me up and we'll break the window. Get out of the car.
He yanks Hill out of his $300,000 McLaren sports car and puts his knee on Hill's back. We showed the video to former NYPD detective David Sarney, now a professor at the John Jay College of Criminal Justice.
How did both sides fail here?
Tariq should have been more compliant, just kept the window open.
Keep your window down.
Then it got aggressive. You could see the actions of the police went a little bit over the line for a summons for excessive speed at that point.
Hill was ordered to sit.
I just had surgery on my knee. Bro. I'm not going to tell you again to leave.
Hill's teammate Calais Campbell saw what was going on and tried to intervene. He was also placed in handcuffs, but just for a few minutes. The team is expressing support for the players. We are saddened by the overly aggressive and violent conduct. It is both maddening and heartbreaking to watch the very people we trust to protect our community use such unnecessary force and hostility towards these players.
I was shocked, man. Like, it's crazy because it all happened so fast, man. But, like, for me, man, like, it just all happened so fast, and I really couldn't, like, gather everything that was happening. So it was crazy.
Hill's attorney saying today they are now exploring all legal remedies, calling the officers' actions excessive. One of those officers involved, he has been placed on administrative leave as this investigation continues.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to start this one off. You know, some of the commentators that's on TV was talking about, especially Stephen E., to be exact, that they felt like Tyreek could have calmed the whole thing down if he would have just let his window down. But he said that he was embarrassed and he didn't want a lot of people to see it. And they didn't have to knock on his window that way. I never knew they knew it was Tyreek until now. So he knew, and it seemed like he got mad because it was Tyreek, because he really came over there and thought, we'll pull you out the car. And that's exactly what he did. It could have been now, if he had a gun, if it was a suspect that was on the loose and they was trying to find something that had a gun, I can understand them acting that way. But we get did like this all the time. Minorities, we always get did so bad. So I just believe that it was completely wrong. They said, remember the lady that got shot? She said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Maybe she shouldn't have said that, huh? And maybe she wouldn't have been dead. So just because somebody say something, because I didn't heard, the one that killed all them people in that church, they had a soda and set him down and was talking to him and everything. And he just killed all those people. Even school killings, they let him sit down and treat him pretty good. So why would they go off on this man because he's speeding, a little speeding ticket? I don't understand that. Did you get to see it, Tamisha?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you think about it.
Me, myself, I'm like you. For me, it's like flashes back of all the other stuff. Like you just saw Philandro in his face. There's Trayvon in his face. So it's like, for me, I don't like it. If he's speeding, he's speeding. But do we have to do all of this for a speeding ticket? And for the people who come in to check on him to make sure he's not dead? You sit over here too. It's like the excessive force that they want to use to basically keep us in control because they're scared of us. They scared of how he looks. So yes, I'm going to enforce my control on you. Roll this window down because that's what I said. So it makes me upset to see that type of stuff, especially when you know who he is already. and you know already why you pulling them over. Just let me write you this ticket. And, you know, a lot of people, just be compliant, because as Black people or minorities, we have that talk in our house. Everybody else don't get that talk. Just when you get pulled over, put your hands up, roll your window down, and let them see. And I don't, it's a lot.
Well,
Yes. A lot of police officers, they do take things to the extreme, especially when they see minorities. Walking, you could be jogging, you know, and in this situation, he was driving. And if he was speeding, give him a ticket for speeding. You ain't got to try to chastise him like he's your child. This is a grown man. And you walk up to his car, and I heard it when he knocked on his window. And he was telling him, he said, don't knock on my window like that. You know, he paid a lot of money for that car. And if they want to bust out his windows too, they were saying how they wanted to bust out his windows. And I'm like, for what? Are you mad because a Black man driving a nice car and he's making a lot of money? So you want to hurt him by busting out his windows, threatening him, why you don't have on a seatbelt? Man, just write the ticket. That's all you got to do. Write the ticket. Stop trying to be like Trump. Shoot. Heard it.
Glitter all the way.
I'm serious. Just write the man the ticket and just do your job. A lot of them want to go a little bit deep into it. You feel like you a guy behind a gun and you want to use it. If his partner hadn't came or his teammate hadn't came, ain't no telling what they'd have did to him.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, you've had years of that's happening to African-American men, to Latino men. You know, you're doing crazy stuff to them, shooting them. It's just crazy. You know, the world is just going to hell in a handbag. Somebody got to do something. Somebody got to stop stop these police officers from doing what they're doing. You have good ones, and I've seen them. And you have a whole lot of bad ones. And what's so sad is the good ones is the one that get hurt because of stuff that the bad ones has done. And that's my opinion on it.
Okay. Darnell?
All right, Lily, yeah. But one of the things I always do when I talk about how Black men are perceived in society, I always say, what happens when you see a spider in your house? You know, what do you do when you see a spider just sitting in the corner? The spider just sitting over there, but what do? You go to try to kill it, right? You don't want that spider to be in. That spider is in a place and in a space where he shouldn't be. Okay, now not saying that not knowing that the spider is killing any roaches or flies or anything that's in your house. That's what the spider's gonna do. He's gonna help you, but that spider is in your house, in your space. That's why Black men are looked at by a lot of cops as like spiders. Like, why are you in this space? Okay, why are you making this amount of money driving this big old car? Okay, so I'm going to show you that you ain't that big of a guy. Okay, I'm going to tackle you. Okay, because you're a pro football player, so I'm gonna get to tackle you today. Okay, and so when you start to look at it from that perspective, and start to kind of put it together, you see that it is just that stratification level that is so embedded, so deep, that it's like it just comes up because you see this man doing well, and you say, you ain't supposed to be doing better than me. Okay, and if you're doing better than me, then I need to take you down a notch. Okay, and we see that in Project 2025, we see that in this debate right now, we see that all over, that anybody that seems to be antithetical to a Eurocentric society, then that means that they're going to say, well, you're anti-American. Mm-hmm. You're anti-American for going against the Norman Rockwell painting of what America is supposed to look like. You have this role, you sit over here, and I have this role, and I sit up here. And if you try to come over here, then that means that you're trying to do something different. And because you're trying to be different, I'm gonna have to neutralize you.
Wow, that is.
And so that's what we see, and that's what we're tired of. I mean, literally, that's what is black and brown, and even Asians. They had to come up with a bill that said that you can't hurt Asians. And then that's I'm Samoan, so I'm Polynesian too. And so we're in that bill, but I'm black and Polynesian, so I'm both, but ain't nobody running up on Samoans. Nobody running up on those Samoans, hitting them and taking off. No, they're gonna get hurt. Okay, they're gonna get real bad. But so I don't even know why they even put us in that bill. But still, that's what I see, and it's sad that we keep seeing this, and if we keep seeing it, it becomes a normality in life. One last thing. Remember when we was young, we used to watch Freddy Krueger and Friday the 13th, and sometimes we'd be like, man, we had bad dreams. We couldn't sleep at night. We had to sleep with the light on. We watch Freddy Krueger now, we laugh. We watch Friday the 13th. So we became desensitized to all that. We're becoming desensitized to this, and I don't want us to be, because it's a problem.
That's
All
a
right.
problem.
Next on the mic. I'm sorry.
That was good. Honestly, when I seen the video, it really just disturbed me because my baby, my 16-year-old, he's half black, and it honestly makes me want to cry because I'm like, okay, is my baby gonna experience that too? Like it really makes me want to cry. Like, man, like we see this all the time. Sorry, guys. It just, it's like we see this all the time, just like with the lady you were saying, like they just killed her and she was like, I rebuke you in Jesus' name. Like people think racist is not like still here. No, we see it all the time. People just don't really like speak out on it no more because they want to be like hush hush. No, it's still here, and the issue needs to be addressed, because that boy, he's somebody's son, you know what I mean? It just really bothers me. And the fact that we see that all the time, the police, they think they're an authority, so then they want to like exercise their rights. That's not right. Like they're there to yes, exactly. To protect the citizens, not like overuse your rights, like, and to tell you the truth, it looked like the white man, he was hating on the guy. Like, oh, this black guy, he has a nice car, he's young, he gets paid way more than me, so I'm going to exercise my authority. Like, that's not right at all, and thank God nothing else happened, because that would have been another murder. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Another murder. And it just really like gets me emotional, and it just bothers me, because that's somebody's son. Like, what if that was my son,
I know you probably worried, because that's how we feel. We feel worried about our own kids.
Exactly. And take it from a single mom of a black son. He's, I had him in high school, had to teach him a lot. And he's been through a lot also. He had to learn, he didn't even catch up on his own. And be like, and I had to always tell him, no one loves you but me, okay? Everybody else in the world really doesn't care about you like I do. I have to instill that in him, not your friends, not the police, not the anything. And whatever you can say or what excuse you got for them, they don't care about that. You have to like really be blunt in the first place with your own child, because they're not going to treat them happy and nice. Okay, so you really got to be, that's one thing. Other than that, like it has actually, when you talked about the lady that said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, in order for her to say that, I don't know what the police said. What did he say for her to say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus? Because he had to say something terrible. Because in order for you to say, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus, it's something he said to make her say that. And when she said it, it triggered the demon in her.
Oh my God.
Not everybody can handle it. Not everybody can handle it. And that is what I'm saying. Like, it is very important that it's been a minute, I think, since we've actually had killings and things like that, since like the administrator have took office, because they've been held accountable. And he is too. He's in prison. He's in jail. I don't know what, he's in jail. I think he's fighting this case and everything like that. I haven't followed up, but he is being prosecuted for that.
That's right.
And that is something that didn't used to happen either. So when I talk about the importance of voting, that's what I mean when I say it's important to vote. There's no time for confusion about, I don't know who to, no. Look at it and make a decision. You got to be able to make a decision.
You got to do your research.
Yes,
Everybody
that
needs
too.
to do their research. Get online and look up what both candidates is doing, what they're not doing, especially Project 25. and
Girl, it's so serious that it's just it's almost. I've seen her laugh a couple of times at the debate. It was funny because it was, but it's really sad in the same breath. I'm telling you, but we really got to do better. And it is important that we figure out what it is we want to see this country look like before it comes to something that we can't control at all. Okay?
One thing, and I just want real quick, with Project 2025, they're looking at prosecutorial immunity for police officers. What that means is that if that police officer pulled them over and he said, you know what, I'm not going to put up this, boom, I'm going to shoot you. Okay, now you can't take him to court. You can't prosecute him. You can't do anything.
What?
No. So that's prosecutorial immunity. And so that's what's trying to be passed. And so when you look at a candidate like Trump that really says that he's not involved with it, but everybody that's involved with Project 2025 has been involved with Trump, that has served in his cabinet, and he's trying to say that he knows nothing about it. Come on. You know, we know he's lying. And so he is going to support prosecutorial immunity for police officers. And that definitely cannot happen. Yeah, because now they have no law governing them at this point. They can do what they want to do.
Oh, goodness, that would be horrible.
That's scary.
Yes. Yes. All right. This has been a really good subject. We really want everyone to look up the candidates and use your right, because voting is super important. And you guess what? Your vote, mine, Dee's, yours, and they all matter.
They all matter.
They matter. It's going to make a difference. So quit thinking that it's not. My little vote ain't going to count. That's what happened when Hillary was going to be, and half of the people stayed home, and guess who won? And we was all crying, because I know I was boo crying that night, because I was just scared about what was going to happen to our society then.
Well, I really think it happened to the end. I was kind of scared for the beginning. I really think the beginning, I think he did all right, at the beginning, because he was following his advisors. But boy, when half the year came, that 2-year mark, it was over. Smoke in the city. All this, like, what is going on? He ain't listening to
nobody. And he ain't listening to nobody. So who want a leader that can't listen to nobody? That means they do whatever their mind tells them to do. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
The California Public Utilities Commission is creating new rules to protect customers who use television and internet services. We want to add customer service requirements to enforce needed safeguards for Californians who rely on television and internet services. You can get involved by becoming a party to the proceeding, submitting comments on the proceeding, or filing a complaint about your service on our online complaint portal. You can join a public participation hearing in person on August 14th, 2024. 2 hearings at 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. In person at the Sacramento County Board of Supervisors, 700 8th Street, Suite 1450, Sacramento, California, 95814. September 5th, 2024. 2 hearings at 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. In person at the Monterey Park City Council Chambers, 320 West Newmark Avenue, Monterey Park, California, 91754. Or join a hearing virtually on September 19th, 2024. 2 virtual hearings at 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Access online at adminmonitor.com/ca/CPUC or call 1-800-857-1917 and use the passcode 6032788. For more information, visit cpuc.ca.gov/video franchising.
We're back. Our main topic today, we have Shavelle, and she's here with, I think, part 1 of the domestic violence segment that we're going to be doing every month, I think maybe twice a month. And women who's suffering for it or maybe going through it or see somebody in your family, we want you to tune in or call them and tell them to tune in so they can get this excellent advice and different things that she has to offer as far as resources for you guys. Go ahead, it's in your
Thank
hands.
you for having me. So I'm going to go over different types of abuse because a lot of times people just think it's physical, but there's different forms of abuse. So I'm going to kind of go over that. So there's obviously physical abuse, which is hitting, slapping, pulling your hair, that type of thing. Emotional abuse. And I kind of think that's the worst. Emotional abuse, name calling, blame shifting, isolation. So the abuser will isolate you from your family, from your friends, just to get you all alone where it's like you don't have no one. Sexual abuse where they just pretty much force themselves on you. So there's different kinds of abuse. Financial abuse, where there's a lot of that we do see where the women depend on the man. So they don't work, the man works, they're home, and then they financially abuse them where it's like they don't give them no money, they want to leave. They have I think we kind of touched on that the last session as well. So then they're kind of in a rough spot. It's like, okay, I want to leave, but I don't have no financial means of leaving, you know? And then also there's immigration abuse. That's not a lot. It's not talked about a lot, but the immigration abuse is like people that are illegal here. You know, their spouse threatens them like, well, if you don't do this, then I'm going to, deport you back, and just to have that control over the victim. Excuse me. Yeah, so those are some of the different kinds of abuse, and it all comes down to control. They just want to control you. There's spiritual abuse, and also they use abuse to even control your kids at times. But in the next session, I'm gonna go over not only the different forms of it, but it's gonna piggyback off of one another. So we're gonna talk about touch bases on this, what I just did, and then we're gonna piggyback on another, topic of domestic violence. So I just wanted to kind of clarify the different forms of abuse, because a lot of times people think like, oh, it's just hitting. No, it's more than that. It's mental. That's why we offer therapy. We offer therapy because it's taken me a long time. Like, I'm still in therapy 2 years, and I was so broken down. And not only, I think the mental part is what damages your soul the most, and you have to heal your inner self.
Oh, you know what? You're such a brave woman. When I first met you, I knew that. And I know you have so much to offer, because it's women out there that's hurting, that's being abused, and some of their family don't even recognize it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We're here as a community to bring up these topics, to work things out, to help people in our community. Let's Talk is not just no talk show, because a lot of people talk about, girl, you got a talk show. Who cares about this talk show? Unless it's there to help others. Thank you, Darnell. Thank you, Kendra. Thank you, Lil. Thank you, Tamisha. Thank you guys so much for coming and helping us, because these topics people aren't talking about anymore.
No.
They're not even important to people anymore. And guess what? This generation don't even know what to do.
It's a different generation.
Yes. So I admire you, and I thank you so much for sharing and coming here and spending your time here helping us and helping others that's watching, because you don't know whose life you're going to save today.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, so I actually had this topic on my mind for a little bit, and it was because, I was able to just really realize that this is no joke. Even this type of abuse is no joke. Not even either one of the ones she named off is no joke. It is life-changing. And the reason that the courts and everybody take it so serious is because the smallest thing can turn into something life-changing that you would never thought you're doing time, lost your freedom. It is not worth it. I swear, if you do, just get help. Just get help. Everybody needs to get help. If you got a problem with trying to control people, then you need some help. If you got a problem with, being controlled and everything, then there's something wrong with you that makes you in your mind think that you deserve that kind of treatment. So everybody needs help. So this can go a lot of ways. That's why I'm just saying, take it serious, because the courts definitely do.
I did want to mention, so thank you for having me. And I wanted to speak out on this because this is a serious topic that it's being hushed about. And no longer are our voices going to be hushed because now I'm speaking out. Now I'm raising awareness. Now I have a group of women that because I spoke out. Now these women are behind me. Like, hey, now our voices are going to be heard. Our voices are going to be strong because people lose their lives over this. Every time I turn on the news, someone lost their life. This is a serious situation. Like my sister here was saying, a situation could just turn and boom, your life could be gone. You could, exactly. So I mean, like, I share my story. It's by the grace of God that I'm still here because my abuser tried to take me out twice, So now I'm here to share my story, to be that voice for even the women who still can't speak up, and I'm very passionate about this. And, we're not gonna be silent no longer.
Oh, right. No more silence.
Not going back.
Not going back. And you see the difference when we stick together, we come together. It ain't no time to separate. It's time for us to come together as a people, as a community, and work through these problems to help other people out. And at the same time, guess what? It's helping us out. And I want to end this episode, but I can't. You know why I can't end this episode until I bring this subject up? Because it's eating me alive. Can you tell me, this is about the relationship segment that we're gonna be doing, which they'll be here next week. But I just want to know, just hear from you ladies and you, I gotta know if somebody we know that's close to us in our family, our kids, best friends or whatever, spouse is cheating on him, should we tell or should we not tell? Kendra, tell me, what should we do? Should we tell or should we keep it to ourselves?
I actually think you should tell, but tell her, please don't say nothing to the person that told you. I mean, goodness, I was in this situation. I told her, I was saying, what's that? She went right to him and said, Kendra said she saw you. No, he come calling my phone. I'm like, I don't know what she talking about. So I would tell, but don't give up the juice. Don't give up the moderator. Don't give up what they call it, the press. Don't give up the press.
Don't give it up, please. Well,
Don't throw the baby out in the water.
So I think yes and no. I would say something, but then I think about it and it's like, okay, I see women who they know their man's cheating on them and they're like back and forth for years. So it's kind of like people are going to do what they want to do at the end of the day, So it's kind of like maybe just let her, back up and just see how it plays out, Okay. Because I know people who are like in a revolving cycle. That's toxic, but
it's toxic. It's really toxic.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, mister, look at us. Look at all us women. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, no. So we got the guy code, you know that. Yeah. But the thing about the man code, I have 4 daughters, 4 beautiful. I got 4 beautiful daughters. They grown, beautiful women. One just started law school last week.
All right.
But yeah. So I got good genes, But as soon as my first girl was born, I told everything. I told them everything. I said, "Look, God's gonna do this. We gonna do this. Why you think you got so many sisters?" So I'm gonna tell the truth to my daughters. It depends on who the person's cheating on, I guess. Too. That can be it. I mean, because if he's your boy, if this is your boy, and that's my boy since kindergarten. Okay. And this is a girl he just met. He just started getting with her. And he cheating on her, and I'm just like, man, I mean, she cool. I don't know if I should say something, Yeah, so it's kind of we kind of in a tough place with, as a guy, y'all good. I'm gonna tell y'all right, women, y'all good at lying. Y'all good. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna put it out there. Okay. Yeah, because my daughters are good at lying, and I can look at them and tell that they lying to me, but I love them. I act like I don't know. Yeah. So, y'all good? So I can't. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm on the fence.
You on the fence? Okay, Lil.
I will sing like the Temptations. I have did it. I've talked to my friend. I tell her, she said, I won't even tell them who told me. She said, only thing you got to do is tell me, go down Edgar, make a left onto MLK, go all the way down to Dorothy, 3 house over. On the right-hand side, he in that house. So that's me. You know, tell me, because you know what? Because he dipping and dabbing, he bringing stuff home, giving to me. I don't want it. I don't want it. I like me.
Okay, that's serious.
I know you be coming around here with some penicillin can't cure, and you be sitting up there looking with bumps around your mouth. I'm telling you, I don't want it. I don't want it. I know it. I'm telling. I'm telling. And if it look like I'm telling, I'm gonna get my phone. See, video him. Yeah, he look a little. Yeah, and look at her. Oh yeah, she her breasts on point. Little breasts on point. Look at her. Yeah. I'm telling.
Tamisha?
That's the mic.
Tamisha?
I'm kind of like, I would be like torn. I wouldn't, because at the end of the day, this is not my business. At the end of the day, because I have been the person that I think, but I have been the person to walk up to him. Now, what's going on here?
Okay.
Now, you could tell her or I'm going to tell her.
Okay.
And then I have been the person to go tell, and she tell me he told her I like him. She telling you because she want to be with me. Me. So at the end of the day, from those things in my life experiences, honey, and people coming to tell me about mine, 9 times out of 10 as women, we know. We do not need nobody to tell us. We are doing what we want to do. Okay? We know he over there with Cheryl. And doing what but he came home and he paid the bills of a lot of women. And this is what I hear. He paid the bills over here. He could go do whatever he want to do, girl. He better hurry up and pay the bill over here. So I'm not wasting my time to come tell you who I saw. And then it could have been his cousin. I don't know. Then now she mad at me. She can't even hang with me because he don't trust me because, you know.
You know what? I got to take this from you because you is so right.
It's all right.
They get mad at you, now you want they man.
Yeah. I've had that happen a few times.
I mean, you thought you was going to tell she the one wanted me. And then guess what?
was flirting.
I had a friend like that. I'm on TV. I don't care. I just want to let you know. This I told. Why did I tell? Because now they still mad at me. They mad at me because they don't know whether to believe me or him. You know, and why would I tell if, you know, because I thought me and her was close like that. But I learned my lesson not to never do it again, depending on who it is. Now, depending on who it is, because sometimes when you tell on a person, they know it's you because they know where you was at. And you the only person could have told. So when you in that kind of situation, you be like, I don't know. And then you think about, is she a weak woman? Let's tell the truth about it. Is she weak and go run to it? Ain't no use, I wouldn't even waste my breath. But if she was a woman that cared about herself and she had pride about herself and good woman, I'm telling, just let you know. And I'm telling, I don't care what he say, I'm telling.
But does that make a difference?
Yes, it make a big difference.
Like what though? Because here's my thing, right? I done ran and told you your man is cheating. Y'all done been together however long. And I done ran and told you because she cared, because I care about myself, but I've definitely dealt with some men that's cheating. I let them go on and do whatever they gonna do, honey. And let them cheat in the peace.
But it's too many diseases. It's too many unwanted pregnancies. Because don't that be the hardest thing is somebody come talking about their husband or somebody or the boyfriend and got somebody pregnant or they got AIDS or they got some white things on their mouth and everything they telling us we have to go. Okay. Well, we be looking forward to seeing you guys next week. That's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.